Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, you may be wondering why I am currently in space and not on the ground over at the base. So, we're kind of running a bit low on resources at the base, mostly due to a lack of alloy plating. And instead of, doing the sensible thing and building a cargo ship or actually just grueling through it, I've decided to do something else. We are going to deorbit the shipyard. For those of you who don't know, the shipyard contains, let's just say, a lot of resources. And nanofactories. And automated everything. You know, all the components in the universe, we have them here. So if we just deorbit this, then we'll have access to them. And in fact, we can also use the nanofactories installed to help with construction. Now, here's the thing. This ship is not built for atmospheric flight, and it's only got a very, very, very tiny amount of thrust in the up and down direction. So we're going to be throwing these on. These Hella thrusters, which I can't zoom out even more, but just so that you can see, and this will be welded as well, because automated welders. Just give me a second. We want some steel plate. I'll grab some steel plate. And then we just want to place this somewhere, and I believe here is a good location, right? Yes. Or not. Oh, it's going to annoy me anyway. But I don't really care at the moment. Right. You know, since this is like a two-sided thing, I don't care. Like, this ship was meant to be temporary, and it will remain temporary. So we can place that down, and that's how big one of the engines is. And we're going to have between 3 and 5 of them. So what should be happening now is the nanofactories are going, oh yes, we are being used for something finally, and are building this. So that should be built any moment now. May need to help with actually welding it together. Probably want to stay away from it. Yeah, look at all the resources required, and I didn't have to do anything. And there we have a Hella thruster. I think it's the right way, right? Yes? No? Is that the wrong way around? I believe so. Oh, okay, right. Give me a second, because that was something that I really did not plan on. Yeah, construction, turn off for a second, because I'm going to need to grind this down. Yeah, so I didn't have a look at, how big this, which way this was supposed to be. It's supposed to be the other way around. So prepare for massive amount of stuff to start flying. As expected. And what we do have to help with this is another set of nanofactories that will just collect it. You know, the usual way. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that this is the right way around. So we place you back again. Yeah. Place it. Thank you. But this time we flip it around like that. Okay? Yes? Good. And then we can place it. And then that should be the right way around, and we can tell because of the way that that's done. Yes. So now what we need to do is we need to place more of them. Just so that we can definitely make sure that this thing won't kill itself upon re-entry. If it does, well then we're going to have a problem. A really big problem. But anyway, yes. So I'm going to, put these on, weld them up using the nanofactory because I'm lazy, and then we'll be back with another thing that we need as a precaution to make sure that this thing works. Well, doesn't crash. Okay, so we have lovely, lovely, lovely engines. What I've also done is I've added some maglock cubes, which are like landing things but different. And what they're going to do is that they are going to auto lock to the surface if slash when we land at a reasonable speed. This means that this thing doesn't glitch out when it's doing things. So all of them are facing the correct way because you can see the engine thing coming down. And the last thing that we're going to add, just to make sure that we can slow down quickly enough, is this large parachute hatch, which there's going to be lots of them. Now we're going to keep the dropship on top because I want to make sure that I have the dropship. I don't want to have to fly up here manually, even though that could be a thing I could do. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, we need these parachutes, and they're going to be used to make sure that we don't die. They're kind of the last resort if this thing doesn't happen. So we're going to have 5 on each side, giving us a total of 10 parachutes. Should be enough to help slow us down. If not, then, well, prepare yourselves. Because I'm not going to add any more parachutes. I still need a actual landing zone here. Right, so if we do that, good. We then have parachutes. And now the final thing that we need to do is we need to set everything up so that I can turn them off and on at will. Now the only problem is our engines might not be able to work in the atmosphere very well, but that's going to be fine because I have all the time in the world once I manage to get this inside the atmosphere unbroken. Good thing I don't have atmospheric re-entry installed. But if you are looking at this is me rotating. Yeah, we're gonna have to change that. Give me a second. Right, let's go into the internal section because we're going to need to add some more things. I mean, we've got tons of room over here in which we can place more gyroscopes. And we have a nanite factory that will automatically create them, so I do not care how many I place. Right, that should technically be enough, he says. Yeah. So, give me a second. Get onto there, get over here, get down there, get over here. Yeah, since I think that's the amount that we had to begin with, and then some on the other side. So this should increase increase our ability to rotate, he says. Well, it's improved somewhat. Yeah, it's improved. Good. So here's the thing, right? We need, what we need to do now is we need to find parachute. Parachute hatches, change these into parachute. Save off in terminal. Get a thing. I need to go to G and then get the groups. Go to parachutes, which will be here. And then this will be open parachutes. Okay, so when we press 2, we open the parachutes, everything's fine. Good, good, good. Now, what we need to do before we can actually, drop from orbit is I want to drop from orbit somewhere, a bit easier. Though I guess I could glide in using these engines, which would be hilarious. So yeah. I'm first of all going to save. That shows the confidence of how well this plan is going to work. So yeah, let's save that. Save as Season 3 before Planetfall. And then we want to resave as regular. Yes, we got the room. So basically, we save as the first one, and then we save as the original. Okay? Good. Let's do this. So as you can see, we are accelerating at something lower than a G, unless, you know, simulation speed is really bad. So yeah, we're leaving the fleet behind. The only thing we've got attached is the dropship. We've got landing gear, we've got parachutes. There. I did not want to hear that. Because, you know, our seat is right next to those engines, and those engines make a really, 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 really loud noise. So yeah, I'm going to cut some travel time here, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we have reached 40 kilometers above the surface, and we are 45 kilometers away from our target. Sadly, we can't zoom in because we don't have a bridge, so we can't actually look. But we can look from here. You know, goodbye fleet. We are doing something that maybe I shouldn't have done, but there's no going back now. We want to get as close to the landing site as possible. Currently, I've turned off inertia dampeners, so we're currently being brought in by gravity itself. And I just want to make sure. In the bottom right-ish, you can see kind of reticule on the artificial horizon. That's our current velocity. What we want that to be is directly there. And then once it is, we will engage inertia dampeners and then proceed downwards. Because currently our velocity vector is moving downwards, since the current acceleration vector is maths and physics and Suvat equations, basically. Yeah, 25 kilometers. This is good. You can see that that mountain's huge. Right. As you can see, you can see the planet approaching very, very fast. Hopefully the parachutes won't tear themselves off. Hopefully I've actually got the... Oh yeah, good point. I haven't actually tested to see if the parachutes work. Yes, that is a bad idea. Well, that's a good thing we saved then, huh? Because otherwise, oh boy, this is going to be a fun season if I break this. Yeah, right. 14 kilometers above the surface, 16 kilometers away from target. We are currently dropping like a nuclear warhead. No, not like a nuclear warhead. Right, we're getting close. I would probably say that we start braking now, but oh, you could feel the tension. Right, I'm probably going to say now. Now. Hey Jake, would you like to press the button? No. Sure. Brake, 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 brake. Well, it is working. Right, good. So I've done that. Now we just need to reconnect with the artificial horizon, and we can now proceed downwards. We need to head left. Bit of braking there, getting everything in order. Luckily, we can do the thing where the spaceship goes down the cliff. You think it's destroyed, and then it rises back up with epic music happening. You know, like the recent Star Trek films. And I say recent; it's not really recent. It was several years ago. Yeah, so we can start moving. Okay. By the way, this is our current acceleration for this vehicle. Have fun, because it's stupidly low. But yeah, we've successfully managed to get the shipyard into the area. We haven't had to use parachutes, which is a good thing. Though I'll probably use them. No, I won't, because then I have to repair them. I think maybe. you know, we'll keep the parachutes, because that was kind of the case of, oh, this isn't working, quickly press 2, and then even more deceleration. So what we want to do is we want to move over to a place near the base. As you can see, this thing is bigger than the base. Ridiculous. I mean, technically I could do this. Deceleration! Welcome to parachutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they work. And now they're closed, right? Yes, good. Okay, now we can go backwards. What I need to do is I need to make a... Oh, really? Is this what you're doing? Really? Oh, give me a second. You change to open closed. Close the damn parachutes. I do not need them anymore. Anyway. So I'm going to need to navigate... Blah. Keeps happening. Yeah, I'm going to need to, you know, get myself into a position that I can land in. And then, yeah, we'll be able to do things. For example... Well, no, not for example yet. We'll do that in a second. So what we want to do is we want to get into a suitable landing location. Really, I should build a platform where this thing can land, but we'll do that later. And by do that later, I mean we use the nanofactories to build it. As you can see the lovely little things there. Just need to make sure that we decelerate ever so slightly. Or rather, we keep our velocity the same. You can see we've got some lights. That's because we've got lights on the interior. And then we slowly but surely, we need to align. Oh, we're docked, I believe. Yes. Good. Are we? Uh-oh. Right, that could have killed me. Luckily it didn't. Right, align with the horizon to make this thing easier. And then downwards. Good. Landing gear locked. That should stay there forever, he says. Right, so we're down on the planet. Hooray! Glory to our Stotsko. I mean, what? Yeah, so we're down here. We're in the planet. It's amazing. We can stand on here. We go like, ooh, look, the base. Ooh, look, we're on a helicarrier. That's not really the helicarrier. That's something else entirely. Why did I just hurt myself? Why am I hurting myself in here? What? Do you not have oxygen? Why am I taking damage? Oh. What? Am I out of oxygen here? That doesn't make sense. Hang on. Right. Urge dampers on. Seal this. Unpark. Right. Okay. So we're going to undock the dropship from here. And then we're going to start building things. And we can start using the nanofactories on the shipyard to help construction of this base. And then we can use the nanofactories on the shipyard to build more nanofactories on the base. And then we can get rid of the shipyard. That's the plan. Don't. You are a maniac. You are a maniac, sir. What did you expect would happen if you just crashed? You've landed, right? No. You just dented the floor. That's what you did. Right. Yeah. Mash dampers off. Park. Open doors. Get out. Open your helmet, and we're good. We're on the roof. You can see. Ooh my! It looks amazing. Well, not really. It looks like a complete eyesore. So first things first. Yeah, we need to. No. Yeah, yes, you look really, really nice there. What we want to do is we're going to throw down that beacon, which we'll place here for now. And then, with any luck, the shipyard should do its mystical, magical thing of this. Right, let's have a look on the interior to see what's happened. Not much. Did they add things? No. Yeah, Mr. Nanite Factory, would you like to do things? It would be really, really beneficial to me. Yeah, okay, so we've got the shipyard. The shipyard is now doing the things that I couldn't be bothered to do by hand. Yeah, so we've got no, we needed 2 cargo containers anyway. Things are being built. What things are being built? That's the question. Because I don't remember things needing to be built. Unless that was a deconstruction. No, it was a repair. Right. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're repair. Ah, yes. They're probably repairing the tower. That would make sense. Ugh. Are they building things here? Yes, they are. We've got cargo containers up there, which are being completed. So this is good. Okay, so we're going to need to place a few more things. Go to Control 2, place, except we don't have the resources. Let's go grab some interior plate then. Interior plate. Go over here. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need 2 of those. And then 1 of these. No, that's in the wrong place. No, that's in the right place. Okay. And then place 1 here. And then all of these cargo systems are now connected, which means that everything is now connected. The only thing left for me to do is actually place all the modules. Very nice. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. That's what progress looks like. Are you still building things? Or have you done for the or have you done for today? I think you're done for today. Good. So we now have our lovely shipyard in the facilities, which should help me build things. And by help me build things, I mean I'm going to be lazy from now on. So next episode we will be working on. Well, I guess in between this episode next, I will build a platform for this thing to sit, because that's going to be helpful. And then we're going to start working on a way to transfer our inventory from the shipyard over to the outpost, which is probably just going to be, you know, this thing that just goes up and then the shipyard docks to it. And then it's just going to be very, very, very fragile. And then once, you know, we basically build a pipe out from the factory into there. We drain everything from it, and then we devour this entire thing. Yeah, basically. And in order to make sure that we don't completely break everything, the deconstruction beacon will be over here, somewhere near the area where this thing actually connects with the ground. So it would start from, like, this corner over here. Good. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of the shipyard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start construction on our capital ship construction bay, which will be over here, capital ship sized, and we'll create a replacement of the shipyard in there, and we'll place and we'll create a transport and all sorts of things. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.